Hello, everyone. Welcome to the day two of Ananke's Women in Literature Festival. I'm absolutely thrilled to open a jam packed day of interesting conversations with a keynote session on changing the narrative. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce and warmly welcome Sutapa Basu. But first, a little bit about Sutapa. Sutapa Basu is a best selling author. Her latest book, The Curse of Nadir Shah, won the Best Fiction Award by Author Awards 2020, instituted by JK Papers and the Times of India. She is the 2016 first prize winner of the Times of India Write India campaign for Amish Tripathi, while her debut, a psychological thriller, Dangle, was nominated for the Anupam Kher Award for Debut Novels in 2017. She is well known for her best-selling historical fiction Padmavati, The Queen Tells Her Own Story, which was published by Readomania. Her second historical fiction initiated the Invader series with the legend of Genghis Khan, also published by Readomania in 2018, and continued with The Curse of Nadir Shah in 2019. Recently, her two anthologies, Out of the Blue, Stories with a Twist, and The Anatomy of Affection, Tales That Touch You, was released in 2020 by Readomania. A cozy mystery adventure, The Cursed Inheritance, was released in February 2021 by Readomania. A poet, author, publishing professional, her short stories have appeared in anthologies Crossed and Knotted, Defiant Dreams, When They Spoke, and Write India Stories. Her poems have been published in Kafiana and The Dawn Beyond Waste. Sutapa also runs a live chat show, Bistro Buzz Conversations with Sutapa Basu, that hosts unique people from across spheres and the world. Read her works on her website, Story Fantastica, that is StoryFantastica.com, and Readomania.com. With that, I would love to warmly welcome Sutapa Basu. Thank you, Sutapa, for being here, and over to you to deliver your amazing keynote speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabin. It's my pleasure to talk to all of you viewers. And thank you so much, Ananke and Sabin Musaffar, for having me on this Women in Literature Festival 2021. I think Ananke is this is a wonderful initiative to celebrate the achievements of women writers.
Thank you.
March has always been the Women's Month, isn't it? It is celebrated to honor women who have done extraordinary things, and that includes women in literature. Many writers through times have displayed their talents in such a way that they have changed the world of literature forever. However, if you look at the history of writing, while women characters have been portrayed in literature, there are far fewer recognized female writers than male writers. Plenty of amazing literature has been written by extraordinarily talented women. However, male writers have generally been given most of the awards and attention. Let's understand how women have been portrayed in literature, yet their voices have not been heard. Take the medieval period, when women were viewed as second-class citizens and their needs were always an afterthought. Either they were perceived as completely deceitful, sexual, innocent, or incompetent. Women were mostly withheld from positions of power and their voices were never heard. Males made the decision for them and they had to live their lives as dictated by the men that ran society. However, women in medieval literature were present in many works and in various forms. Numerous tropes fed into the idea that women were subservient and inferior to men. One trope of this kind was the virgin, which portrays females as passive and weak. Now, if any of you have read Spenser's The Faerie Queene, Una in it is one such virgin. So she is going with the Red Cross Knight, and his duty is to protect her on this journey. Una, the source of Una's, virtue and virginity is her royal upbringing. But on the other hand, she is also responsible for keeping the knight on the forest path and discouraging him from straying or doing other things. So she does have a role to play. Another trope is the mother figure, whose entire life is dedicated to her family and her children, and especially to her husband. So whether she was rich or whether she was poor, her first priority in the story where she is portrayed is her children. And whatever she did in the story, it was always to better the lives of men. I think one of the best roles that this kind of a woman played in literature was to bring up a suitable son who did everything that he could for the society, because according to the thought process at that time, only men contributed to the society, not women. Another female character that we can read about in literature is the whore. This was a woman with no power over her sexual needs, and she had to sacrifice her virginity for the sake of either her family or the society or men. Chaucer alludes to women's purpose and place in society in the Canterbury Tales. So if you look at the Wife of Bath's Tale, Chaucer makes multiple references to the traditional ideas of a woman's cultural position. The Wife of Bath's Tale is also a great example of how Chaucer refers to the medieval whore. The old woman in this tale is a trickster, and she has manipulated 3 of her husbands so that she can get to their riches and wealthy property. So she agrees to sleep with them only to attain their wealth. And the final trope that we find in literature, in the medieval literature, is that of a trickster or the witch, who displays the qualities of intelligence, cunning, intimidation, and power. So the witches of medieval literature were those women who had knowledge as well as power. Now, in society, they could be an important part of society, but at the same time, some of them would be caught and they would be drowned or burnt at the stake. So if you read Mists of Avalon series about King Arthur, Morgan Le Fay is actually plays the part of a good witch because she is Arthur's sister and she is constantly guiding him, and she has a prominent role in the Arthurian series. With time, woman's social position changed and gradually she came into her own. Still, the latter great women writers like Austen, Eliot, Bronte, Dickinson, even the thriller author Agatha Christie catered to the traditional role that women played in the society of their times. So if ever they expressed their voice through their writing, it was subdued in a subdued manner, kept a low profile, and could have even been disguised. However, times are changing and we are all for it. With renowned writers such as Haruki Murakami shining light on fantastic female talent, more women in literature have the opportunity of coming into the spotlight. It's important for established authors in the literary community to pass their mantles and appreciate women in literature. It breaks the cycle of only talented men getting recognition. While Murakami praised Miko Kawakami's work, it earned high praise all over the world and has influenced other male authors to do the same thing. For the literary world watches with a close eye. Kawakami did a fantastic job translating Mrs. Ice Sandwich. The flow is perfect. The images depicted are very striking. And translating literary works is very tough because of the way the words move together and the way the scenes combine, and that is important to the craft. However, women writers finding the identity is less about recognition and more about what it means to be a voice in literature. Women have been emerging in ways that they have been unable to do before. So more women's voices must get out there. A lot of powerful women are taking hold of the world of poetry. Poets such as Rupi Kaur, Sabrina Benaimi, Maya Angelou, and Wendy Zhu are causing many readers out there to catch their breath and to rethink their own feelings and experiences. Because art and literature, they sink into our soul, and truly, they never let go. With more women on the rise in literature, more female readers out there also feel a kind of camaraderie and an understanding. We, as women writers, want to believe that people out there understand us. We want to know that we can do great things and that we can inspire others as well. We want to create a chain of inspiration among writers, readers, and everyone else. When women share their voices, powerful things can happen. Movements can occur, and the impossible becomes possible. Light begins to spread. When a woman knows that other women understand her, she feels hope, and then she grows. As she becomes a strong tree of strength and a powerful source of light, she inspires more and more women and men to do the same. Thank you so much for having me here. And Ananke, what a wonderful initiative. And please keep on doing this good work. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Sutapa. It has been an immense pleasure for me to host this session with you. It has been such a learning experience. Thank you so much.